All right, good evening, Cellercise family. Let's play in tonight. We're going to go over some questions. We're going to read some great customer reviews. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to write them in. Justice is sitting behind the camera here, and he's going to pass on some of the questions for us. We're also going to talk about how to remove a spring cover on a Cellerciser the easy way. So if you ever need to clean your Cellerciser, you can do so. Mine's 19 years old and I'm going to clean it, but I'll show you exactly how to take that off. And I've also been asked, then we're going to talk about, we're going to do a 10-minute routine. So have your Cellercisers out. This is going to be a routine for stress reduction and for helping to improve our sleep. I was also asked to talk a little bit about what makes the Mr. Rebounder app different. We're going to use the Mr. Rebounder app tonight, and the stress reduction sleep program will be on that app, probably on the intermediate section. It's really simple though. But the Mr. Rebounder app is different than some of the other programs that are out there. It's by design set up to work based upon whatever level you're at. So it has the beginning, intermediate, the advanced, the seniors, the create your own. So you can kind of see that there. And again, you can pick from 1 and over 35 now, pre-made routines. You just hit the routine and you can follow along doing it. And what we do, we have our television monitor right here. We do it every night. We will play a routine and we watch a show. And it will ding in between the routine. We look for the next movement. We watch the show. So we work to incorporate it into something we like to do, not something we feel we have to do. Yes, Justice?
Victor Bronco says, happy 67th day. And then,
thank you, Victor. Vitor, that's Vitor. Thank you, Vitor.
And Anne-Marie says, can using a Cellerciser help osteoporosis?
Oh, it's all weight bearing. Yeah. The body, the bone structure, it's alive. You know, they used to, and I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but they give you medications that help prevent bone loss. But in the process, the bones can become very brittle because the bones they're a live organism. They're constantly replacing the mineral deposits within the bone. The skeletal system needs to have resistance for the body to utilize the minerals to strengthen the bone density. When you're on a Cellerciser, you are constantly applying an increase of weight over 100 times a minute on the bone structure. So the body will utilize those minerals to strengthen the bones because it perceives the need for it. It's a weight-bearing activity, and it's not limited. Any other questions, Justice? Okay. So why did I choose stress reduction and better sleep? I wrote down some comments, and I want to share them with you. And again, you don't have to agree with them all, but I think they have some validity. I think we're living in, and I think we can all agree with this, we're living in unique times. It's a world of uncertainties. Political unrest, we see what's going on in the political scene, and it's ridiculous, it's crazy. Social unrest, we see what's going on all over the country in cities and neighborhoods because of the social unrest. We've got environmental unrest, and you see how that is escalating as well with regards to fossil fuels versus the electricity and the natural. I mean, there's elements in everything that are good and that are needed, but we see more and more contention and division and unrest as a result of that. Physical and health challenges that we're constantly being exposed to today. Economic uncertainties. You look at what's going on with our fiscal policies and what's happening with our monetary system and the bank system, and it's making people stressed. And we're having to find ways to negotiate our ways through it. I'd like to suggest that there are the temporal, man-made, manipulated, controlled areas of life that can be quantified and and qualified and controlled, whether it's good or for bad. But there's also a spiritual element. It can't be controlled. It's not necessarily quantified, but it exists. But this group of people over here, they don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to deal with it. To them, it's not something that they can control. And it's sad because it does exist. It's real, and it's often ignored. And it basically transcends normal understanding. I want to talk a little bit about it. The world's in turmoil. Yep, we can't control that. And we can't control the outcome, nor should we try. But while we're going through it, we can control an element, and that's our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, by taking charge of the things that we feed upon. That includes what we listen to, what we think about, who we associate with, what we read, what we watch. The forces of darkness encourage contention, anger, resentment, frustration, despair, depression, and it's growing. And those are negative elements. We can put on an armor of light, surround ourselves with light, and we can stand against it, not by fighting it. It's going to destroy itself. Let it destroy itself. It's going to do that. We can't control that. I suggest that rather than fight against that which is wrong, let's start standing for that which is right and promoting that which is right by connecting with that spiritual element that does exist. And many of you have experienced it, whether it's through prayer, meditation, music, books of virtue, good people, happy and good thoughts. We can surround ourselves with a strength that transcends the darkness. Just like exercise begins with baby steps, these are mental exercises. These are exercises that we take to take charge of our internal and external environments more effectively. Not that the conditions around us ever change, but by taking those steps, the conditions within us do change. And I'd like to suggest when we're on the Cellerciser, that's a time that you think good thoughts, that you release resentment, that if you're angry with somebody and you're on a Cellerciser and you're just going to go on the Cellerciser and you're angry, I'd like to suggest that instead of fighting against it, release it. It's harming you. All of us are part of a Cellercise family. I want us to feel more, to be more, to make a difference, to be the difference, because you are. And so many of you have helped so many more people, more than many of you even can realize. I'm on the phone all day long talking to people, and I'm often sharing the stories and the customer reviews, the testimonies that are coming in, and the difference that you are making in the lives of others. So I want to say thank you for being that difference. We do live in uncertain times. What we're going to be talking about tonight is designed to help release the stress, the tension, physically, but also emotionally. And if you harbor any dark feelings, anger and resentment, work on replacing it. And one of the best ways to do that, and we've learned it, pray for those who persecute you, those who have harmed you. Work at sending them some good thoughts. It may be hard, but in the process of doing it, your character changes and they no longer have the power over you or the control over you. And the conditions around us won't have the control or governing powers of the conditions within us. So it's important when you're on that Cellerciser, because your brain is very, very stimulated. We want to think positive, good thoughts. Okay, let's read some of these customer reviews. Okay, June writes, thanks for the info, Dave. There is no comparison. The Cellerciser is by far the best choice. When using your product, I can move my feet much easier due to the fact that the Cellerciser doesn't sink in like the other one, and it never will. The Cellercisers are designed not to stretch out. At 58, I enjoy this form of exercise the most. Thanks for all you do, June. Thank you, June. And that's also June. Customer review. Did we read this one last week? I'll read this. If we read it last week, I'll stop. But creator of the Cellerciser, Dave Hall, said, imagine a piece of exercise equipment that can strengthen the entire body from the inside out. Yes, we did this a couple weeks ago. It's a great customer review from Brian, and thank you, Brian, for sharing that. Paula says, I just received my Cellerciser and have started baby bouncing 4 times a day to build up. I love it. There's a lot more resistance than with the previous own rebounders. I have the app now and need to learn how to begin stats. Okay, well, give us a call, Paula. And thank you. Linda writes, I don't know how you can help more than you have with the Cellerciser. I've had high triglycerides most of my adult life, so high that I grew bumps on the outside of my skin because there was no more room on the inside of my skin to put the fatty deposits. So my body deposited them on the outside. It took a long time to get them down with medicines. At that time, my triglycerides were up over 10,000. The time before last, when I had my blood work down, they were down in the 800 to 900 range. Of course, with it that high, my cholesterol was so high that it could not be recorded, and it seemed like an uphill battle all the time. I also became diabetic too and had high blood pressure. I tried all kinds of diets, Weight Watchers, Atkins, South Beach diet, Dr. Phil's weight loss program, and I only seemed to be able to lose 5 pounds, then gain 10 pounds, and then stay stuck at my weight. A week before I saw you and Paul in Citrus Heights, I had changed to God's original diet of nuts, fruit, vegetables, and grains. The South Beach diet helped me to get off of all white products and helped me to bring down my blood sugar so much that I was able to get off of the insulin and one of my diabetic tablets. I now can eat fruit without my blood sugars being so constantly high all the time. My last blood test showed my triglycerides down into the 300s, and finally my cholesterol was low enough to register too. I'll be having my next blood work done next month, and I'm anxious to see what the results are now that I have a routine on the Cellerciser. I'm still just doing the basic program because I've been so weak. When I stumble, I don't have the muscle strength to pull me out of the stumble, and I fall. When I fall, I break bones because I also have osteoporosis. Anyway, I'm feeling a lot stronger now and feel I now have muscles back in my legs. My 74-year-old mother is also gaining strength. So far, though, neither of us can bounce off the mat, and hope to be able to bounce off the mat once the bar gets here. Yeah, you wait for the bar. We've had the tramp now for 3 weeks. I have so much cellulite from the triglycerides that I could feel bumps all over my arms and legs just below the skin. Some were so big that when I would rub them, they would actually hurt. Now when I rub my skin, I can't feel the knots of fat anymore. I feel that if I still have the cellulite, then it is melting away, finally. All I'm doing on the Cellerciser, doing the basic bounce for 2 minutes and then marching in place for 2 minutes and then cooling down for 1 minute or more. I'm slowly adding the marching minutes 15 seconds at a time. I'm doing this at least twice a day and sometimes 3 times a day. Good. Weekends I can fit in more. Thanks for everything. Wow, Linda, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, we want to hear more from you. The movement up and down on the Cellerciser is like an internal scrub brush. It helps break up blockages. It helps promote circulation. So let's keep in touch, please, and let us know how it makes a difference when you share. Jackie writes, want to say thanks again to Jerry for your assistance and patience with me on more than one occasion that I've called. You have helped me immensely and given me confidence in my Cellercise workout. Definitely appreciate your kind demeanor and encouragement you offer. Excellent instructions over the phone translated well into my workout. I've had my Cellerciser for several weeks now, and in the short time I've already noticed a tremendous difference over the bungee rebounder that I had for 5+ years. I'm sleeping better. My energy levels are noticeably improved, and I just feel better overall throughout the day, more confident, more comfortable in my own skin. I love it. I was beginning to think rebounding just wasn't for me. Boy, was I wrong. Best birthday present ever, and so glad I asked for this one. My husband is Cellercising now, and I am passing the word on to family and friends, hoping to increase your sales. Please share my heartfelt thanks with David Hall. Appreciate everything you all do and are doing at Cellercise. Looking forward to many more healthy updates. Thanking the Lord for you guys. God bless. We just had a lady who called today, had asked her husband about this Cellerciser. He went on and watched it online, watched one of our videos. It's her birthday, and she just ordered today too. So I don't know, she wanted to know about the program. If you're watching, welcome to the Cellercise family. Okay, let's answer some questions. Paula says, how to start baby bouncing with plantar fasciitis, socks or Birkenstock sandals. And yes, soft-soled slippers like what I'm wearing, offer a little additional support, and then just gentle rocking, pushing down into the mat. That helps to stretch the fascia in the foot, but it's not overstretching, so it's really like a massage. You're getting this gentle bounce. As you get more flexible and stronger, then instead of just pushing down into the mat, you're going to lift the heels up and down. And as you're lifting the heels up and down, that's working the fascia and the muscles all around the foot. So you're going to start to slowly get more movement, and those tissues can start to become more flexible again. It promotes the healing process. It's done it for a great many people, and you can read about several of them on our website under our customer reviews. Patricia writes, I will be out of the country for 2 weeks in October and will really miss my HIIT workout. Sounds familiar, which I do. That's high intensity interval training, which on the Cellerciser, whether it's running really, really fast or, I hope I didn't lose the mic, or doing the Jamba run, repetitions of it. That's high intensity interval training. You do a group of it, stop, catch your breath, then do it again. And need repetitions of it. He says, I will try to utilize the hotel's gyms while she's traveling, but would like to know which of the best equipment to substitute for my rebounding workout. And I think I mentioned this, is just standing there and on the ground and lifting your heels up and down. It's not going to release gravity. So you're still going to have that stress retention in the body until you Cellercise again, but at least it's getting some movement and some pumping within the body. What specific moves do you recommend women do on the Cellerciser to strengthen their bust muscles? Pretty sure we answered these, but that's again, taking your hands and putting your elbows out, pushing in, and as you push in, all these muscles are going to tense up. When they tense up, then you bounce. And when you're bouncing, it's taking all the protein fibers that run through the breasts. It's weight bearing. And as it's, if you're well endowed, wear some support. But as you're moving up and down, those protein fibers, not just the muscles, the protein fibers are firming up. And so it literally helps to lift and tone the breasts as well. And I know that from personal experience with somebody near and dear to me. Yes, Justice.
Lisa Conrad asks, what kind of oil, what do I use on springs?
Justice, can you open up that and take out, it should be in there, a little 3-in-1. Do you see it?
3-in-1 what?
Yeah, just a little can, a little oil thing. No. You don't see it in there?
I don't know what it looks like.
Give me one moment. Right there, right there. Yep, that's it. Okay. And it's getting dark, so let's turn this light on. Can you plug that in, turn the light on, Justice? Okay, this is what I use. It's 3-in-1 oil. It needs to be plugged in probably. And you don't have a cord? Give me 1 second. Here. Thank you, Jess. I'll let you work on that. Okay, that 3-in-1 oil, it's got a little drip spout, so you can pull the spring cover back and put a drop of oil at both ends of each spring. And then you get on it and jump around a little bit, and it just quiets it down. If you use a spray oil, it can make it very squeaky for a while because the oil can actually get on the coils. Thank you, Justice. The coils, if you get oil on the coils, it will be squeaky until the oil either wears off or you wipe it off or clean it. I went ahead and tried on this one, which was quiet. I tried doing a spray silicone oil, and if you can listen, it's a lot squeakier than this one. Not bad, but still. Okay, yes, Justice.
Julia asks, can you advise if you think Cellercising helps with osteoporosis?
Yes, we talked about that just a little bit earlier on the program, and we talked about why. It's because it's all weight bearing. And that weight bearing activity causes the body to respond by utilizing the minerals to strengthen the bones. And that's a good question. Thank you. Anything else, Justice?
We're good right now.
Okay. Okay. Do you offer any holiday sales? We do. We offer holiday sales from time to time. And that's from Lauren. And Lauren, you don't have to wait for a holiday sale right now if you call and ask for it. We do have a package that we're still offering, and it's using a specific code, and you can get that online when you communicate on the chat room. So just say, do you have any discounts that might be available? Bets writes, do you have any information as to Cellercising in bone health? And yes, we just talked about that. Esmeralda writes, I oiled mine, it made the squeaking worse. What do I do? And that's exactly what I was talking about. If you get it on the coils, you can clean it off with some Dawn dishwashing soap and water. Just scrub it on, hose it off, and then start again, but just put a couple drops of oil on both ends of the spring. It will go through a break-in period where it will get quieter and quieter. Yes, Justice?
Angela asks, any Christmas giveaways?
Oh, any Christmas giveaways? We should have a program, shouldn't we? Here, tell you what, and this for the Cellercise family, you heard it here first. Let's do this. Let's have you, we've got the Cellercisers portable, and we've had it at the Great Wall of China by a prominent doctor who actually put it up there and bounced on it. But let's do that. Let's send in pictures of how you traveled with the Cellerciser, because they're all portable, whether it's a half fold or it's a trifold. If you take it with you somewhere, show us where you took it, and I'll let a group determine where they think the best place that they saw the Cellerciser travel, and we'll pick one and we'll give away a half-fold Cellerciser. So we'll do that. So send in your shots of where your Cellerciser's been or where it's going to be. Carrie writes, and you need to be on it. Make sure you're on it. Somebody, you've got to have somebody who's on your Cellerciser. Okay. What exercise strengthens the, I don't know what that is. I think it meant to say, Jessa, look, would you look up this one? Here, look. Tibialis. Write that.
Yeah, I can do it on my phone. Oh.
Tibialis. I think they mean the tibia, but we'll see. It says exercise for reverse motion, e-walking backwards. Carrie, I don't have enough information on that. E-motion walking backwards. Yes, Justice.
Any of several muscle and tendons in the calf of the leg, concerned with movement of the foot.
Yeah. Reverse motion, e-walking backwards. I'm not sure what that means. When you're doing the movements, lifting the heels up and down, you're jumping side to side, you're doing the twist, you're working the ankle and all of those muscles. The whippy ski patrol dramatically is going to do that too. So for those who don't know that, that's this movement right back here. Okay. Perfect question. Franco, thank you. I've had insomnia for 35 years and nothing helps. I'm a nurse and I often have to go to work without sleeping. It happens 4 to 5 times per week that I experience this problem. I don't take sleeping pills or any other pills. I work out and otherwise I'm healthy except for my sleep. So we're going to go over a program. I want you to do it with us. It can take a little time, but our objective is to help to open up the circulation, get rid of the stress and tension so the body can relax. Okay. Good morning, Dave. Can you address hip osteoarthritis? I know I need to strengthen the muscles around the hips and the pelvis. And yes, Jan, movements. Again, we start off with the baby bounce to warm up the tissue, rocking side to side to work the muscles. And if you ever want to feel how powerful this is, take your fingers, stick it directly under your hip bone as you're rocking side to side. Those are important muscles, and they're going to get stronger just doing this right here. Lifting the heels up and doing the gentle twist is great for the whole back, that all these muscles that wrap around this area. And then the one that is unique on the Cellerciser, where you keep the hip straight ahead and you just twist in the hip socket area. That's all working that all those muscles in that hip area. Eleanor writes, can you rebound with lower back fusion? If you can walk, you can Cellercise. You just may be limited in some of the things you do, but the movements, there's a myriad of movements that are going to be fantastic, but check with your doctor.
Somebody asked in the intermediate section, what is the name of the last week's new routine? I exercised this morning without checking. Thanks.
Oh, it's in the intermediate section of the routine, and it is called I think it was in the intermediate, unless they put it in advanced. It may have changed it. We'll have to come back to that, because I know it was there. I saw it, and I had seen it originally in the intermediate section. We got strength, upper body, moderate 1. Was that it? Moderate 1? Moderate 1. Oh, yeah. Just the moderate 1, intermediate level. It's 19 minutes long. All right, Shannon writes. Hi, Dave. Is there instructions on fitting the bounce counter, and does it go down low near the mat? Thank you. Where do you clip the wire to the mat or mat? New monitor, Calorie Burner. Okay, she's talking about our monitor right here, and this is something you can attach to the Cellerciser. It has a little wire that comes off of here, and then it attaches to the mat. I happen to be using the wireless module instead, and that interfaces with the app, so it does the same thing. But this actually will fit on the leg, just fits on the leg, or on the balance bar, and it's very maneuverable. The whole thing maneuvers so that you can have it registered right there in front of you, and it has a wire that feeds from that and then just clips right onto the edge of the mat right here. So you just go underneath, clip it to the mat, and then that will, and we should have a video on that. There was a video I showed or did for that, and if it's not on our website, let me know, but it goes through and shows you how to connect that and how that works. And that, when you turn it off, or when you're done and you leave, some of the earlier models, if you didn't look to see how many calories you burned, how many steps you did, when you walk away, it'll turn itself off. And unfortunately, it's gone. So you want to look before you step off. But now, when it turns off, you can come back, and when you turn it on, it will tell you your last session. It will automatically let you know how many calories you burned and how many steps you did. Okay. Exercises for weak upper back and neck tension. We're going to do neck tension. That's going to be part of what we do today, but there's more that we can do. And weak upper back. We did some of those last time. There's a couple movements. One is you arch the back, pull and arch, and then bounce, so that the muscles are flexing around that position, and that starts to strengthen the upper back. And of course, it's a little more advanced, but if you're doing the advanced jumping jacks, so you're doing this movement here, and I usually take the bar off when I'm doing that one, but that will work the upper back too. And just leaning forward, by the way. When you lean forward and you're holding on to the bar, just by leaning forward leverages the weight. So every time you come down, all of these muscles are fighting to hold you up. So your whole back, the whole back part of your muscular system is going to get stronger. Okay, and the others are, we've already answered. So let me show you how to remove a spring cover so that if you need to clean the Cellerciser, we can. And if you have any more questions, go ahead and write them in. Justice is sitting behind the camera. And then we will do our exercise routine. Yeah.
Lisa said to strengthen lungs?
Oh, yeah. I don't know of anything better. Really, I'm amazed. In fact, you hear my voice right now. I've been on the phone all day long. So my voice, excuse me, my voice sounds a little stressed. It probably is. We have a tendency to use only the first 2/3 of our lungs during the day. Most of us don't really do enough deep breathing. So I designed this program, and it works better than I realized. It gets to the other 1/3 of the lung that most people don't get enough oxygen to, and it opens up the bronchial tubes and lungs without having to go out and do a lot of heavy working out or swimming. This is a literal exercise. I think it's so powerful for the lungs. Helps open up bronchial tubes. We've had people that have had asthma who've written us some incredible results. So again, it's if you have a medical condition, consult with your doctor, or share the program with your doctor and see what he thinks. But I don't know of anything that works as effectively as this. It has a pumping action which works the whole chest cavity and the lymph system all throughout the chest cavity as well. But it also, if you're a singer or you're a radio announcer or your voice is important to you and what you do, it can help open up the larynx as well. So it goes like this. And you're on the mat the whole time. You don't even leave the mat. So it just goes. And when you first start doing it, you'll know that the bronchial tubes in the lungs may sound a little wheezy, but as you keep doing it, they get more open. And we're going to do a little bit more of it a little bit later as part of this routine. All right, so I want you to take a look. Can they see this okay on the camera, Justice?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do this so you can all see it. No, I'm going to take this whole thing off. So, oh no, I'll turn it as they do it. Don't worry, thank you. Okay, so the legs are under stress. That's one of the best heavy-duty piano type wires you can get. But when you pull the leg, you notice the hook is on this side right here. I'm going to pull it right past the coils and hook it into the coils. So I took the stress off the hook part. The leg comes right off. Now remember, these are under a lot of stress retention, so be careful with them. But then I'm going to do the same thing with all the legs. I just tilt it so that I take that off, and we'll do that with all the legs. Yeah, do it that way better. Yeah.
Sylvia asks, is there a possibility to have a routine full body for 45 minutes? I exercise 1 hour a day.
Absolutely. You sure can. In fact, the neat thing about the Mr. Rebounder app is you control it. You have a library of 65 different movements that you can combine to create your own routines. You can take one of the pre-made routines if you prefer, and when you take one of the pre-made routines, there's a clone button, so you can clone it, and then you can change it depending on what you want to do with it. So for example, if I were to pick the staying alive routine, these are all the movements in the routine. You can click over here and it'll show you what the movement is and the position. And then if you hit this clone template, if you clone the template, there, you just create it. Now you can give it a different name. You can go through, you can remove or add movements. You just hit add movements, and you've got all these movements here. So if you want to add a movement like a neck roll, or we're going to do that one today anyway, you would put the amount of time you want to add it to the workout. It will add it to the workout. And then if you wanted to, you go, let's get rid of that. You've got all these movements. If you have a movement, let's say you want to move this one up here, you go over to the right and you just move it to whatever position you want, because it's going to add the new movements at the bottom, and you can just drag it to wherever you want. This thing it's a remarkable app for helping you to achieve your greater health potential. So, and it's based upon what you want to accomplish. So yes, you can create a routine, you can add to a routine, start from scratch, whatever you want. Okay, so now I've got the legs off the unit. We just take and pull back the spring cover. And we just work our way around and take them all off. And now you've got a Cellerciser that you can go and wash or clean off. And when you're done, you'll just do the opposite. You'll just take that spring cover. Notice where the hinges are, because you want to make sure that the mat is where the hinge is here. And you've got these little holes that fit over the post. So you have a hole here, find that hole, you've got the hinge, you find the other hole, and you just put it right back on. And this is also how to replace a spring cover if you ever need to replace it. And then I might as well continue, because we're almost done. It doesn't take that long. And then when you go to put the leg back on, take the leg, find the hole, you're going to very gently put it back through the hole. When you have it through the hole, it's going to hang there. So with it through the hole, just give it a little tug. It's on. Your leg's ready to go. I'll put the rest on later. Okay, let's go through our 10-minute program. And stress reduction, good thoughts. Because of copyright laws and music and things like that, I'm not going to play music, but what I would recommend is that you put on some very gentle music or the ocean or something that is going to be, I guess we could do the ocean. We could do the ocean. See, the cell phone's there. I'm afraid if I mess something up electronically, I'm going to lose you. So let's not do that right now. But put on some gentle music. Right now we'll just go through it. It's going to be quiet, but we'll go through the routine. So this is one that I did earlier, and go to my workouts. I call it stress reduction, sleep enhancement. And I'm going to do it with you. I really don't want it to be so quiet, but okay, Justice, can they see that okay on the camera?
It's just a glare because it's so bright.
Okay, when I get it started, let's see if it's still glary. Okay, so what we're going to do, just give you an idea, real simple. We're going to go through a health bounce for warm up. We'll do that for a minute, and then we're going to do the hip rock. We're working to get rid of stress and tension from the inside out, not just surface stress or tension. Yes, Justice.
Catherine asked, is that on our app?
This one is not yet. It's going to be. It's going to be on the app. So this will be a stress reduction sleep enhancement program. You bet. So then we're going to do some power breathing. Yes?
Just turn it.
Oh, yeah, I will. We're going to do some power breathing just to get some oxygen into the bloodstream. We don't want to wake up or where we can't sleep, but we do want to get some oxygen in the body so the body can relax. We'll do that at the beginning of the program. We won't do it at the end. And that increase of oxygen just helps the body to relax. It's a healthier state. So we'll do that. Then we'll do some neck massaging, and we'll work in the upper cervical area of the neck where we get a lot of stress and tension that builds up. Then we'll do some neck rolls. That'll be part of it. Go one direction, then the other direction. Every time it dings, it basically goes the other direction. And then we'll do a neck down and a neck up just to help loosen that a little bit. We'll do the shoulder crunches forward and shoulder crunches backwards so we can get rid of the stress and tension in the upper body here. And we'll do some shoulder movements this direction just to offer some stretch. And then when we're stretching, we're also, again, we're gently massaging all the tissue in our body. We'll do a gentle twist. We'll do one of the shoulder frame stretches where we grab the Cellerciser and you just kind of reach down and tilt back. So you just kind of get those shoulders and that back a little bit looser. And then we'll end up with one more of the neck massages and then the baby bounce, the health bounce. And we go through the health bounce. I want to edit this because I want to do it longer. So I'm going to edit. So just to show you, I have a movement here I want to change. So I'm going to scroll on down to this baby health bounce. And I am going to delete that one. And then I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to add a movement. So we'll go to the baby health bounce again. And I'm going to do it for a couple minutes so I can talk to you a little bit about what's going on inside the body, what you want to focus on. Whoops. Oh dear. That's what I get for not paying attention. Okay. Go back. Okay, add movement. So you guys can actually see how we do this. So we have it set, you can set it up for minutes or seconds. I have it set up for seconds, so it takes me a little bit longer to set it up. Okay, so we're almost done. And we'll do it for 2 minutes. So add to the workout. Okay, and it's back. Okay, so we'll get rid of that one. That was one I did by accident. So we just added it for 2 minutes. Go back up here, save. And now your routine is ready to begin. So let's start. Now I want you to be thinking in terms of, okay, Justice, if I lower this, can they still see me? But can they also see this?
It's still loading. It's like a little bit behind. Yeah, it's very glare.
Still? How about?
Just because I think maybe this light.
Oh, turn it down. Let's turn. Does that make a difference? No. Okay then. All right. Okay, so let's try this. But you can follow me anyway, and I'll stick it over here, and we'll start. I'll probably have, that's not soothing music. Okay, so we're just gently going to move up and down. And just think of something that happened today that was good, or something you'd like to see happen, or something you can be grateful for. Or if you're dealing with a health issue or a body issue, communicate with your body at this point and thank the body. I mean, really connect with the body and thank it. See it not as it is, but as it can become. And just love your body, wherever it is, whatever state it's in right now. Just love it, empower it, strengthen it. It can help you. See that circulation improving your mind, opening up capillaries. Yes, go ahead.
It's frozen on my side. I don't know if it's frozen on yours. Maybe mine's just frozen. But could you ask?
What, the Cellercise? What?
Just on my picture, it's showing that you're frozen. But I don't know if that's actually how it is.
Oh, really? If you push it or touch it, it doesn't do anything?
No, could you ask them if are they not frozen?
Well, yeah. Can we get a thumbs up if you're still able to see me, if it's working? The monitor evidently is frozen on Justice's side. Any thumbs up? Yeah. Okay, good. You're still able to see it. Thank you. Okay, so here we're just loosening the shoulders, helping to get rid of the stress and tension that builds up right in these areas here. So just kind of drop your shoulders up and down a little bit as you're moving. And breathe. Another neat thing about this movement right here is it helps to open the lungs. It pulls oxygen in and releases oxygen. Okay, the breathing. All right, now we're going to hear the difference in my voice. Now we're going to put our thumbs on our throat and our fingers behind our neck. And we're going to be doing little circular massages that are helping to push the circulation in between the vertebral joints and up where the atlas is, where the skull kind of connects. So you're wanting to push that circulation in and up along those vertebral joints in the neck. We're going to loosen that stress and that tension that builds up. Just gravity alone can help create that. So little circles all up and down the vertebral joints. Now there may be areas that you feel that are tender. That's a good area to work generally, because it's going to help open up that circulation and get rid of that stress and tension that's built up there. Okay, so crunch, oh, nope, head rolls. Okay, you can hold on to that balance part. We're just going to gently roll the head. And you may feel some stress or tension in that area. And the first time we're going to do it a little bit longer. And then when it dings, we'll reverse and go the other direction. Oh, I didn't hear it ding. I wonder. I think we're going the other direction now. Yes, we are. It's because I wonder why they turned the volume down. That's why. Keep doing it. That's why. Okay. All right, so now it'll do it. It's going to ding. So now we go back the other way again. Go back the other way for a shorter period of time now. And you may hear the neck popping occasionally, you're releasing the stress and tension and maybe helping to loosen up some ligaments there. Okay, now forward, heads forward. We gently kind of stretch, pull that down a little bit. Up. Forward again. There's such a much more powerful dynamic when you're doing this and gently bouncing than if you were just stretching. Because it's getting to all those areas that a stretch may not get to. Okay, we're going to roll for 15 seconds here. Then we're going to go the other way. We're opening up the circulation. Okay, so the shoulders forward, shoulder crunch, and we're going to be helping to loosen up all along the collarbone area, clavicle, where we can get a lot of stress and tension and not nearly enough flexibility in that area at times too. Now back. When you're going back, you can pull your chin in a little bit to really help pull your posture back too. Don't overdo it. Don't pinch anything. And then forward again. And if you did this for a week, you'll start to notice a difference in your flexibility and probably in your sleep too. Okay, so wrap underneath the right elbow and pull it. We're just going to stretch those shoulders and those muscles. Get rid of any stress or tension that's built up there. And then we're going to do the other one. So we just hook underneath, pull it this direction. And that can help release the stress and tension in your back as well. Back the other way. And again, the Cellercising is massaging the tension so you get to a certain point and it continues to massage it. And the other side again. Okay, now we're going to gently do the twist. to start to loosen up the lower back. And you can hold on to that bar, that's fine. You're also massaging all your internal organs right now. So digestion, elimination, the liver, kidney, spleen, gallbladder, pancreas, the adrenals, just all of those internal organs, all the fascia, muscles, lung, hip. Now we're going to bend over and just kind of hold on to that frame. You can bend at the knees, and then you're just gently rocking so that you can help loosen that lower back. Okay, now we're going to massage the neck again. We've opened things up some. So now we want to get more fluid and more circulation flowing to the vertebral joints and to the discs. Okay, now we're calming down. I want you to take your fingertips, hold them straight down until you can feel the pressure throbbing at the tips of your finger. So just hold them there for a moment, kind of get in tune with those fingertips. So we know we're getting this circulation through all extremities of the body. And then what I want you to do is just relax your shoulders, your back, and your buttocks. Just let it go. Don't fall off. Hold on to the bar if you need to. But now we're just going to slow things down a little bit and gently move up and down, just as if we had a baby over our shoulder. We were doing it for a baby so they could sleep better and relax more. We're too big to be, most of us, are too big to be put over somebody's shoulder. So we get on the Cellerciser and you can just bend the knees a little bit and be a Raggedy Ann doll. And we're just going to do this for about a minute. Now normally when you were done with doing this, you would go to sleep. Just go directly to bed. So you don't have to toss and turn to get rid of the stress and the tension. And it just gets more subtle, more gentle. And again, when I add the routine to the Mr. Rebounder app, you can turn on the ocean or something very calming while you're gently moving up and down. And then visualize. This is a good time to visualize. What do you want your day to be like tomorrow? Who do you want to associate with? What kind of difference do you want to be in your life? Whatever it is, as a father, mother, husband, and wife, in your family, in your home, in your financial, in your career, in your spiritual, ethical, whatever areas of your life that you want, school, relationship oriented, just see things from a positive perspective. And then when you're done, go directly to bed so that you don't have to toss and turn. But it's designed to help you release the stress, increase the circulation. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Go forth and make a difference. Be the difference that you are. Thank you for being a part of the Cellercise family. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.